Hey guys, Tacoma Comics here, and I have some interesting stuff for you today. It's late at night. It's past 9 o'clock, 9:30 on the West Coast. I don't anticipate getting too many people coming up this late because it's past midnight if you're over there on the East Coast. But hey, if you're here and you want to hang out, come join us and hang out. I've had a super busy day, been a super busy week. Um, excuse me, got a lot of stuff going on at home. I don't need to bore you all with, but it's been pretty draining. And Omega is here. Uh, so Omega, I've got tickets, and it's one of the things I was going to mention is ECCC, ECCC, we'll call it. I am definitely planning on going. So for those of you who don't know, ECCC, hey, Mr. Lett, how you doing? Pope Cerebus, how you doing? ECCC today said that they would issue refunds, and they have like a policy: we do not issue refunds, regardless. For any reason, we do not issue a refund. Well, a couple days ago, DC, Dark Horse, and Random House said they were pulling out. Today, another company said they're pulling out, and several, Jody Hauser and a few other creators said they're not going. Other creators who I really admire, also like Jen Bartel, said, please, don't cancel it. Don't not go if you're mad that somebody's not going to be there, because a lot of independent artists and smaller artists really need to be there, because this is one of the big money times of the year. ECC, C2E2, NYCC, they need to make their money at these places, selling their books and whatever, selling their prints. So if you can go. I'm in good health. I plan on being there. I'm not worried about, I follow regular safety, healthy precautions, washing hands and stuff like that. So I'm not worried about that. I know Seattle's going a little bit crazy right now. They're saying stay out of public areas, whole bunch of stuff like that. But for the most part, the people that I talked to said they're still going. The reason I don't know when I'm going to be there is because these other issues I've got going on with my family. It's some personal stuff that's just taking a lot of time. Everybody's okay. We're fine. We're getting some help that we need, and I don't want to make this a sob story. I'm not trying to hide anything from you. It's personal stuff. So I will be there, Omega, but I don't know which days I'm going to be there. I'm actually going to be in Seattle every single day, probably, but for a different reason. So it's really a case of when can I sneak away to get to the con. And so I'll be there someday. I just don't know when. But yeah, I, for one, think it was really great what they said they're going to do. ECCC, they have a very, very strict, clearly written policy. We're not going to offer any sort of refunds ever. And then they came out and they said we're going to offer refunds specifically for this, because we understand that not all of our usual con goers are going to want to make it. And so I said, hey, that's pretty cool. So I was going to cover that last, but since you brought it up, I'll cover that part first. Yeah, I am excited to go. I am excited to see several creators, G. Willow Wilson and Christian Ward for Invisible Kingdom, and a few Miss Marvels. I don't have G. Willow Wilson's signature. I'm looking around my room on the color Arthur Adams variant to Miss Marvel 101 here. I'll show you guys so you know what's going on. Hey, Kavi, you're up late, my friend. So I've got G. Willow Wilson's signature there, and I got Art Adams there. This one's missing. I got Wilson and McKelvey there. I don't have Adrian Alfano on any of these. And I've got Wilson down here. I've got Hans on this one. I don't have Wilson on this one. I don't have Wilson on this one. This one is David Mack and Wade, because it's Champions. And this is John Tyler Christopher and Wade, because it's Champions. I hope you all saw that and it wasn't like a weird blur. But yeah, so I do definitely want to see G. Willow Wilson. If I miss Emerald City Comic Con, it's okay, because G. Willow Wilson goes to Free Comic Book Day at Phoenix Comics in Seattle, and I've seen her there 2 years in a row. She didn't go last year. She was busy, but she says she'll be back this year. So I'd be really, really psyched to see her. And I do have a friend going who can get some stuff signed for me. I really want to get 100 Bullets signed by Brian Azzarello, and Wonder Woman signed by him. But it's tough. And my friend, she's like, "Oh, I can go get something for you from a booth." I'm like, "I have a stack of comics this big," and she's like, "Oh." So, it was good of her to reach out. So I'll handle my business. I'll get what I need done. And dude, that's gonna give you nightmares, Kavi. Sorry. Yeah, AceCon might be, and I might go to Washington Summer Con, if I miss Emerald City. And hello to Zach B. Thanks for stopping by. That's, I've been skipping it because it's a pricey one, but all the creators they have there. And I also, Wendy and Richard Pini, who do Elfquest, are going to be not only at Emerald City, and I saw them there last year, but they're going to be at Rose City. I still have to get a copy of Fantasy Quarterly #1. That is a magazine that only went like 2 issues and then it went defunct, but it was what's it called? It was where Elfquest was first printed. And if you've been following me, I don't expect anybody's been following me that deeply, but Elfquest was my first love along with X-Men. And, I got it when Marvel did the reprints in like '88 under the Epic line or imprint. But Elfquest originally was a black and white comic that the Peonies published themselves, Warp Publishing, Warp being WARP, Wendy and Richard Pini. But they're going to be at Rose City. So between now and next September, if I can get a copy of that Fantasy Quarterly. Hey, by the way, if anybody has Fantasy Quarterly #1 printing the first ever Elfquest comic, let me know. I'd love to do a deal with you. Hey, let's check the chat because it's coming in strong. Oh, yeah, we're talking about Kabi. He got that TMNT #1 first print. Oh, that puts anything I'm going to show you here to shame, man. Good on you, Kabi. That is one hot book, man. I remember when that first came out and I was like a kid, gosh, what was I, like 16, 17, and we're hearing, oh, it's $100 book. I'm like, oh, it's an independent publisher, $100. Nah, I'm not going to pay $100 for a book. That's crazy. Wish I'd paid $100 for it back then. I paid $100 to rent a Robin costume, the old green and yellow one, for Halloween dance my senior year of high school. Money would have been better spent on a TMNT book. So anyway, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this book. I got this at Half Price Books for $1.50. Is this a good book? Anybody know this? Fifth printing. But still, it's got no color breaking creases. It does have some like grunks. I don't know. Some people say even the fifth print commands a little bit of money. I gotta figure it's worth more than $1.50. So I'm actually pretty excited for that. That was really darn cool to find that sitting there. They actually had a whole bunch of them, but some of them just weren't worth it. But fifth printing of #1, second printing of #2. Is that second printing? Yep. Second printing of #3. Yeah, Omega, check out Half Price up there by the mall by REI. They got some good stuff in recently, and all of it was like not ticked, but like somebody must have crumpled theirs. I don't know if you can see, but like they need a good press. They need a good press, but there's no color breaking ticks. I don't know if you can see that. These are bad colors to show that the books are bad, but believe me, they're not lying flat. Yeah, you really can't see it. So I could get away with pretending they're better condition than they are, but no, they need a press, but they all look good. I mean, it looks like some kid just like crunched this with fingernails. I don't know if you can see down there by the A. Take my word for it; these are not good books. But with a press, these would all be fine, But look, that was $6 for fifth printing, and then a bunch of second printings. I still think that's a pretty good deal. So pretty darn happy there. Anybody wants to make a deal on those, I've got them all first printing, but I wasn't going to let them sit there. Let's see, we got that. I almost had you. You got there eventually, Kavi. That's right. The Frozen original art trumps TMNT. You killed it. Yeah. That would be a good battle, man. Frozen original versus TMNT. I don't know. You can make a case either way, right? That's really awesome. I don't know if I saw you on Instagram, if I saw that. I'd love to see that Frozen art. Just hold it up. I'll put you on. It doesn't work like that. The next, oh, nice. Wonder Woman 78. Next stuff I found is actually in better condition, and considering the color of the covers, they actually present really nicely. They also could use a press, and this one has a couple ticks right at the bottom. But for $1.50, anybody going to say no to that? And that is first print. I better double check. Yep, first print. That is first print right there. Oh, I did see that. Kavi. Okay. There's been so much, man. All you guys posted your C2E2 stuff. It came quick, fast and furious. Number 2. First time he teams up with young Kate Bishop. And just because it's an awesome cover, and this one's in fine condition. There's nothing bad about this one. Like the other ones have some crinkles and stuff. This one is pretty fine. So nothing in tip-top shape, but I thought those are really, really great books to pick up for $1.50 each. I mean, I think I did well there. These two were in crap condition, but these are just run fillers. So I'm getting these and trying to finish my revival run. So pretty psyched there. And then I found these, which I also did not have and needed. X-23 number 2. Yeah, no, it sounds like a lot of fun. You guys should all come to Emerald City next. Number 3. Number 4. I think I have this one. What the? I put this one back. I don't know how it found its way into my hand. I have this already. I know, because I don't like this cover. And don't you hate that? Like, you have a bunch in your hand. You thought you put them all back. Fudging A. But then I don't know what the heck she's doing. Gambit. I can't stand Gambit. That X-Men 266 still worth something. It's just horrible character. And then number 13, because I didn't have this one. So that was half price yesterday. They had Edge of Spider-Verse number 5, the first Penny Parker, I think, but it was really scratched up. They had the first UK Spider, but it was really dinged up. So these are the best of the lot. Got some books in the mail today, and I wanted to get the chat's thoughts on these books. Right. So the first 2 I didn't get in the mail. I just either got these on auctions. I think one of them I got from Erod a while ago. Nice Omega. Yeah. So this is the 4th printing, Edge of Spider-Verse number 2, first appearance of SpiderGwen. This is the 3rd printing, which I really like. What I want to know is where people think this comes in. So the first printing was in November of 2014. And then I guess each month after that, they did like December, January, February, whatever. They did a whole bunch of subsequent printings. This one came out in May, January, February, March, April, May of 15. So almost 6 months later. It was limited to, I think, 1,000. There's a black and white one that's limited to 500. This was either 1,000 or 1,500. Try to get that glare away. This is still Edge of Spider-Verse number 2. This is the comic bug variant. Does this count as like the 5th printing in your minds? You know, it says 6. Maybe they went to 5 printings. I don't know. It says 6 down here. So I guess this is 6th printing. I mean, because it's a limited comic, does this hold value for people? I picked it up from Sacto Sactorum, not Sancto Sactorum, but Sacto Sactorum who I've done business with before, and I definitely recommend as a seller. Good prices, good speed, good delivery. I just wasn't sure if this was like, did I get myself a nothing comic that just looks nice and says 9.8, or do people still count this as like a desirable Spider-Gwen, Gwen Stacy book to get? I like it. I'm happy with it. I don't usually do slabs, but it was a pretty decent price, so I went for it. I just wanted to know what other people thought. Now, as far as PGX slabbing this, they did a shit job. I can actually move the comic inside the case, which is just crap. But let's pretend it's centered and straight. And tell me your thoughts. Anybody who's got some thoughts, just throw out some thoughts there, because I need to know what y'all think about how this stands up compared to well, Omega, it still says 9.8. So if I ever want to sell it, nobody looked too closely. It says 9.8. It's a 9.8. Is this something you want, PMC? Because I know we can make a trade. Like, I kind of like it, but I kind of would rather just keep this and go for the first appearance, the first printing at some point. So let me know. I like it. It's Saya, and I mean, I think it's just freaking great art. I just don't know that I need this as much as I did when I impulsively bought it the first time. So you guys tell me what you think. Appreciate it. I also, Jason Latour, Robbie Rodriguez, if there was a con where, and Sayoum, if there was a con where 2 out of 3 of them were, I would get this cracked and definitely get this signed, because why not? Oops. I'll stop banging it around. I'll find something else to bang. All right, so Discovery Bay did a marathon pop-up deal this weekend, and they went 90 rounds of people selling comics, which was really cool. And so I picked up, this is my 3rd copy, a Young Avengers #1 signed by Jason Chiang. This is clean. I'd sold 1 copy, and the copy that I had, I was excited because I got 1 through 12 for $10 at this used bookstore. But this is in fine condition. I mean, there's not a tick on that black, and that's really what I wanted. I wanted this in a nicer condition. So I paid a decent, not overpaid, but I paid what this is worth, and I'm happy for it, because I was able to sell my other one Sunday night on Edwin's Strictly Comics show. It also came with a free comic, or an extra comic, or I don't know how I got this. This is Jay Ancelotto's variant to Black Cat #1. Let me know if you want this. I'm willing to make a trade deal, give it to somebody, sell it. I'm not really interested in Black Cat, Jay Ancelotto, or this comic, but it's always cool to get freebies and extras, right? Now, another seller, and this is how bad it was with 90 rounds. I wasn't really paying attention. I saw a comic. I said, I want that one. Pretty sure this is not authorized. I gotta ask Chuck D, because I follow him on Twitter. I'm sure he won't respond, but is this an authorized comic? I just saw that and I was like, yo, I gotta get that. And that was like $2. And this is in really nice condition. And is this a newsstand? It's hard to tell with smaller companies, because I don't know their it's a wraparound cover. Damn, that's pretty cool right there. This would go really, really nice with Favor Flav only authorized it. That's probably, yeah, he and Chuck don't 2006, Volume 1, Issue 1, first printing, American Mule Entertainment. That makes sense. He's got a few habits that he needs to help support, or at least he used to. I don't know. But anyway, I'm pretty excited to have a Public Enemy comic. I won't tell Chuck about it. I'll just keep Flavor in mind. Let's see. Oh, that was a joke. Gotcha. He is bugging out all the time. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I can see Chicano Azteca is in here. Hello, my friend. And then I don't know if I purchased this or if this was just thrown in, but I got Seven to Eternity third printing, which is nice. I've got first printings and variants of this, so pretty excited about that. And then to round out the day, I don't usually show off new comic books because I see like 30 people making videos about new comic book day. I'm like, y'all getting the same damn thing that I'm getting. And so why we got 30 videos all talking about doing the same exact thing? I much prefer to see Pope go on about like his Cerebus collection or something that nobody else is really as into as he is. But because I'm here and it's live and I'm with y'all, I know y'all down with that Batman. This is the character that I'm gonna spec on is Amulet from Magnificent Miss Marvel 13. Definitely hoping that Amulet becomes a sleeper hit because I got two of them. And my joke, of course, if you saw my IG post, is that my new comic book day was a Magnificent Strange. Get it? Strange. I'm trying to find the other book. The Magnificent Strange Dark and Daring new comic book day that was right down my lane. Did you just turn off my video already? Because I would have. No, Pope, see, I do though. That's what I'm saying. I would much rather listen to you talk about Cerebus or watch poor man like post an Adam Hughes book that I've never seen before than see everybody saying these are the books you need to get for new comic book day. I hope I'm not offending anybody that does that, but like that's the stuff that I want to learn about is stuff I don't know about. I know that everybody's going to go after Batman 92. You know, hey, Southern Comic Geek, how you doing? I know that Punchline is big. I know that people wanted to get the new this or the new that because it's all that I've been seeing on Instagram and, you know, my feeds all day. But some of these, so first of all, if you're not reading Lois Lane, this is a really, really good read. Definitely pick it up and trade if you haven't got it. This is a really good read. It's a tight story. Greg Rucka is doing really well with it. I'm really happy with it and definitely suggest it. I have not lost interest in Mark Cicchetto and Zdarsky and Yakano doing lettering. Daredevil's a great read. A lot of fun. I read the first issue. I'm not a big fan of Dark Agnes. Dark Agnes would make a good TV show on Saturday afternoon to go between Xena and Hercules. Like, you know, I got it for the Stephanie Hans art, which is pretty spectacular as all of her digital art is. From what looks afar as a pretty plain cover, when you get up close and look at the detail that she gets, that's one of the things that I love about her is I always have to do second and third takes on her covers because they're just so much better when you see them up close. So pretty excited for that. I didn't know this was coming out till I read about it yesterday, but it's like a 5-issue limited series crossover between Outer Darkness and Chew with a little bit of rumblings from Layman and Guillory about some Chew stuff maybe popping up next year. I don't know, but I'm a sucker for anything Chew. I read a preview of this. I actually liked it. If the whole book is good, I'll keep reading the book. You know, he seems to thrive in the miniseries format. Am I the only one who owns Batman 1 through 79 Rebirth? I don't know. I might be. And I like some of them, but I totally hear the criticisms. But, you know, Vision, Sheriff of Babylon, Mr. Miracle, Omega Men, like Tom King can knock it out of the park with some of his miniseries. I know some people didn't like Heroes in Crisis, and I was one of them. I got rid of all of them, but you know, here we go. And then finally, the Magnificent Miss Marvel. Really, really liking this. You guys know I'm a huge Miss Marvel fan. I loved the first run that G. Willow Wilson did. I did not love her second run as much. I think it was geared way too much to like a touchy-feely kiddie audience. Every comic was like a statement on the power of friendship and the power of like support and inspiration stuff. And I know that's what Miss Marvel's supposed to represent to an extent, but I think she overdid it. The stuff that Solid on Med's writing on Magnificent Marvel is really, really good. I really like it. Last issue brought me to tears. Just do I go fight the bad guys or do I go try to help save my dad's life? It was just really, really well done. That's it, man. I'm going to be super busy starting next week. This week I'm going to Kavi. I'm going to be in New York, but I'm flying in Friday, flying back Sunday. Going to see my mom for her birthday surprise party. Hope my mom's not listening. So yeah, going to be quick in and out and about. That's it, man. I need to get an auction soon. I got shit to sell. I got lots of stuff to sell. But hey, guys, it's late at night, and so many people were kind enough to stop by and say hello, make some jokes, laugh at my bad jokes. So I do appreciate you all being here. Pope, Mr. Let, Kavi, Poor Man's Southern Comic Geek. Who am I missing? That was Omega. Stop by. He's down the road or around the corner from me. And what did I miss? Did I miss anybody? And I said Pope C, Omega. Who was here at the beginning that I forgot? Zach B. Thank you very much, sir. I'm going to let you all go to bed. I'm going to go to bed as well. It was good talking to you. Have a good day, and I will talk to you all soon.